Let's get right into it. Have you ever noticed that extra bit of white space between the E and the X in the FedEx logo and wondered if your eyes were playing tricks on you? You're not hallucinating a forgotten profession called. The negative space specialist was born to exploit exactly that kind of optical sleight of hand, slipping subliminal cues into corporate symbols so artfully that your brain processes them before you even realize it. Imagine a lone designer in a dimly lit office circa 1994, armed with a bulky CRT monitor, early versions of Illustrator, and an encyclopedic knowledge of human perception, meticulously adjusting Bezier curve handles and kern values like some graphic design alchemist. Their mission: carve out a hidden arrow that whispers forward, speed, and reliability to your subconscious every time you glimpse a FedEx truck barreling down the highway. It's a mashup of geometry, behavioral psychology, and a dash of the occult. Picture someone balancing Pantone swatches in one hand, a thick neuromarketing textbook in the other, sipping tepid coffee as they wrestle with the precise angle needed to make that arrow invisible on first glance, yet blazingly obvious when you finally spot it. One veteran of the trade recalls a hilarious anecdote about a junior specialist who accidentally shifted the arrow point by half a millimeter, balked at what they thought was a design disaster, and spent an entire weekend reworking the logo only for their boss to exclaim with giddy enthusiasm that the mistake was a stroke of genius, tighter and more dynamic than anything they'd seen before. Historically, negative space specialists could command fees of around $5,000 per project, a substantial freelance windfall in the mid-90s, equivalent to nearly $11,000 today, once you factor in inflation and currency adjustments. And yes, that's before you consider the irony that the arrow you paid for costs effectively nothing to produce in digital ink. Imagine pocketing enough to cover half your rent for the month simply by nudging empty pixels into shape. But with fame comes myth. Whispers swirl of copycat designers so obsessed with uncovering the secret arrow that they began seeing phantom triangles in everyday objects, arrows in latte foam, airplane wing struts, even the pointed tip of a pizza slice, and some say one overworked specialist vanished into their own diagrams, locking themselves in a studio until arrows danced behind their eyelids. Urban legend insists they emerged days later, eyes wild, muttering, "The spaces speak to me." Whether that's fact or fancy, it adds a delicious shiver to the tale. Fast forward to today, could someone still be hiding similar Easter eggs? In your favorite apps, picture a stealthy specialist carving negative space symbols into the Netflix to nudge you toward the next episode, or tweaking Amazon's smile so it secretly points to the shopping cart icon. Subtle hacks harnessing ancient design tricks for the streaming era. You might laugh imagining a modern negative space specialist hunched over a retina display, wearing noise-canceling headphones, refining pixel placements to invisibly influence your binge habits, all under the radar of algorithmic brokers who think they own your attention. It's a provocative thought. Are our design masters mere graphic artists, or have they become clandestine behavioral engineers guiding billions of eyeballs with imperceptible cues? The next time you see the FedEx logo's little white arrow, remember it wasn't an accident. It's the handiwork of a bygone craft that turned emptiness into persuasion, one that may still be lurking behind the icons on your phone. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.